can go attend to you while I quickly get this all ready to put up. You do this one, babe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Everything Horror Podcast. I am your hostess, Tessa Baker, and I am joined by...
none other than the ghoul himself, Paul Dotsky.
Apparently, Paul's headspace is still stuck in Halloween, but then again, for couples like us, every day is Halloween. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. Tonight, we are here to talk about Jack Frost. And no, we are not talking about the Michael Keaton sad tug at your heartstrings. We are talking about the killer snowman Jack Frost.
The 1997 movie.
So, babe, what did you think when we watched this tonight, when we went into it? What were your initial thoughts?
Well, first, how about we explain what it is?
Of course, yes.
So, after an accident that left murderer Jack Frost dead in genetic material, the vengeful killer returned as a murderous snowman to exact his revenge on the man who sent him to be executed.
Which, he was executed, but just not in the way that you think.
Not in the way he was supposed to have been executed, whatever day that would have been.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the electrical chair or what. It was supposed to be lethal dose, I don't know. Either way...
he did not die. Instead, he came back as a murderous snowman.
Well, he did technically die, but he came back as something else. But...
he changed.
yeah,
yes. He
changed, as that one guy said. He changed.
Yeah, the doctor dude. Anyways, so when we, the director was Michael Cooney. The writers were Jeremy Paige, Michael Cooney, and there was one other person. And that was...
and...
Michael Cooney again for an additional credit. So he came up with the story and then he wrote it. Some of the stars were Scott MacDonald, Christopher Allport, Stephen Mendel, just to name a few. And there's a lot more.
Oh yeah, there is. But everybody should know Scott MacDonald. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Paul noticed that he was in a lot of movies right off the bat.
Well, he's known as a veteran actor, so yeah, you can't miss him.
Yeah, he's well known.
Yeah. And Amara, what did you think? You sounded like you were putting in your 2 cents.
Yes, no? We have our lovely daughter joining us for the episode, so if you hear her gabbing, that is just her putting in her 2 cents.
Oh, what?
There you are.
Yeah, that's right. You tell them. I don't know what you're trying to say yet, but yeah, you tell them. So anyway, how did I feel about this movie? Well, surprisingly, this was the first time I've ever seen it. I have seen it, like, on streaming services plenty of time. I've actually heard from a lot of people to stay away from this film, but I guess... oh, I'm sorry, Myra. Did you want to say something? Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, screw those people. Apparently they don't know a good movie, especially when they're trying to be comedy. Yeah, that's right. So anyway, this film is very interesting. I like the comedy aspect, especially with the snowman. Once again, we had another killer come back as something else. So last episode, we talked about a serial killer that came back as a freaking gingerbread man. And then now we're talking about a guy who was a murderer who now came back as a goddamn snowman.
Now we're just waiting for the movie that comes out with a killer reindeer in it.
Or killer Christmas ornament.
Yeah, killer Christmas ornaments.
Or stocking.
Yeah,
I mean, we gotta see something like that. I mean, come on now. They're slacking here on this Christmas stuff. Just like they're slacking on Thanksgiving. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. Anyway, this was actually a pretty fun movie. I actually quite enjoyed it. You did too, Amara? Yeah, what was your favorite part? You just like the whole thing? Yeah. Okay. You just don't have a favorite part? You thought the whole thing was funny? Yeah, so the whole thing was fun. Okay. Yeah. Did you like the part when the snowman, like said that really cheesy line? Did you like the snowman when he said that really cheesy line? Something like that? Yeah, you don't know which one I'm talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a lot of cheesy lines, wasn't there? So what about the kills, babe? How do you like the kills in this one?
The kills were very interesting. I did like them. Quite a few of them were pretty creative. Just to name a few, there was one woman in the beginning of the film said that when she was a little girl, she always wanted to be the Christmas angel on top of the tree. And one of the kills was indeed...
Was that your favorite one, Amara?
One of the kills indeed was that Jack Frost made her into a Christmas tree angel by wrapping her up in Christmas lights and smashing her face in with Christmas ornaments.
Choking her with the Christmas lights.
Yep, stringing her up to the tree with like stringed popcorn and stuff, and put the tree topper right on top of her head, and there you go. She became the Christmas angel. There was also some other interesting parts where he created icicles that came out, and he shot them out like arrows, and stuck one guy to the door with it, and then one through the cranium, and you could actually see his brain pulsing through the other side of the door through like a ripped Christmas card.
Oh, yeah, like a postcard or something, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yep, somebody got ran over by their own police car.
A kid got his head lopped off by a snow sled.
That was like right at the very beginning.
Yep, that was like one of the first
kills. Because, well, can you blame him? I mean, geez,
he apparently didn't like the bullying going on, so he figured he'd put a stop to it.
That's right.
And there's so many others, and
we gotta mention the bathroom one.
Oh, the bathtub one.
That was funny.
The bathtub one was interesting, and I also recognized the actress from that one. She's played in the American Pie movies. Where is she? Her picture's not showing up. Oh, Shannon Elizabeth. Yeah. Shannon Elizabeth, she was in like multiple American Pie movies. She was in this one, and her kill scene, she was in the bathtub taking a bath, and it was supposed to be like this like saucy like
ho 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 ho
bathtub scene where she's getting herself ready to, you know,
ho ho ho
get down and dirty with a boy downstairs.
But they supposedly trying to say like they didn't break into the cop's house, but
yeah, breaking and entering just so they can get their freak on.
Yeah.
Anyways, she was in the bathtub taking a bath, and all of a sudden the snowman starts freezing the water, and all of a sudden she's like half like frozen inside of him, standing up, and he's like banging her head back against the wall repeatedly.
And then at the end of it, we got the famous line from Jack Frost, "Man, I hope it was good enough for you."
Yeah. So apparently the killer snowman got some
fun.
So yeah, that was.
So that's where the carrot was.
Hilarious. Oh gosh. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of fun elements to this movie. We like the well-placed dark sense of humor and comedic elements, the corny punchlines and catchphrases and stuff like that. And the kill scenes were great. So whoever said that this movie should be avoided should have their head examined thoroughly. Because
well, clearly they just don't like the comedy aspect, I guess.
Well, clearly, but most horror nowadays has some kind of comedic aspect to it.
Yeah.
it's not to say that it's a bad thing, as long as it's,
creative.
Creative, yeah, exactly.
And this was quite creative, to be honest.
And yes, it was. And Paul and I will most likely watch the second one, too, because apparently there are 2 Jack Frost horror films. So...
yeah, I don't know how well the second one is, but we'll watch it and tell you guys all about it maybe next year.
Yeah.
Ho, ho.
We found a whole bunch of Christmas horror for you guys, so...
And Amara can't wait. And Amara can't wait.
So, probably by this time next year, Amara will be much more vocal and, yes, most definitely talking. So, you'll be able to understand her this time next year.
Yeah, and we'll ask her what her favorite part was in movies. Speaking of which, so what was your favorite kill?
My favorite...
Mine has to be the bathtub.
The bathtub one was pretty great, I will say that. But I also like the Christmas tree angel one, too.
Yeah, I also like the icicle. Yeah, Amara liked the angel, apparently.
Yeah. So there was definitely a lot of creative kills in this movie. Not kills that you have already seen in most horror films, but it was definitely great, I will say.
Yeah, it's a nice little enjoyable comedy horror of a snowman to have a good time. So perfect. And it actually was released. So it was released on November 18th, 1997. And yeah. So perfect timing for a nice little comedy horror film.
So was there anything that you didn't like about the horror?
No, I can't think of anything at all, actually. Like, everything just seemed too cheesy and good to just not have anything bad wrong with it. I mean, there wasn't really any acting that stood out, like, as it was, like, really bad. So,
what did you think about the character design for Jack Frost?
Hilarious. Acid that somehow made him come back with snow with some special abilities where he can, like, melt himself down and come back frozen, which I thought was very interesting.
And sprout icicle teeth.
Well, that was near the end, but yeah, exactly. I mean, we didn't really see his teeth before, but they did say, like, sharp teeth. Did you like the sharp teeth, too? Yeah? Well, that's good. What about you?
I don't think there's anything that I didn't like about the Jack Frost horror film, to be honest. I have to agree with you that it was pretty well done for what it was. Even the character design for the killer snowman was good. So, I don't really have anything negative to say about it.
Well, that's good. So this, I guess, wraps up the last and final movie of the 6 movies for Christmas. And if you haven't checked out the other little 5 other episodes we did for the 6 movies of Christmas, Tessa, what are the other ones that the listeners can check out?
All Through the House, Ginger Dead Man, Mother Krampus, Treevenge, and The Elf.
That's right. So if you haven't heard those, go check them out. If you haven't listened to them, if you've seen the movies, figure out what one you like. Did you like Jack Frost as well? We want to know. Same with Amara. Amara wants to know if you had fun. So, Amara, you tell them, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that was it, everybody. And we'll see you next year.
And hopefully you enjoyed this episode.
And have a happy holidays. From all of us to you.
And as we always like to say,
stay scary.